Hello, my loves. I am coming to you today with a lovely little message from Spirit. If you are so willing to share in this energy and to offer your spirit and our spirits to this space of enchanted word, then just subtly give me a yes in agreement, and I'm going to freshen up the space with a little bit of this spray that I've made that is supposed to signify the cleansing rain of a mountain. So, before me, I have several cards laid out. If you're new here, my name is Ava. I am an enchanted, mystical organism, just like all of you, and a magnificent expression of the universe's absurdity. So, I wanted to pull a message for you right now. I was just packing up, I'm moving in the next couple of days, and all my tarot cards are at the bottom of this box that I packed with all my witchy supplies, and I just was itching to get a deck out and pull some cards for us today because I know that there's a message here that needs to be shared and needs to be heard. So, what is coming through? First, I'm using the Holly Simple Tarot deck, designed and illustrated by Holly Simple. This was the first deck that I got when I was first getting into magic and accessing the secrets and the wisdom of the universe in these forms. And the initial card, the first card, and kind of what seems to be the overall theme of this reading that came out was the Mother of Swords, the Queen of Swords. This is the energy of pure discernment, of being balanced between heart and logic, but more so putting your strength in the logical, putting your strength in the exact, in being exact, in having very exact information. This is somebody who is very, very discerning, who can pick people apart, who understands people on an abstract level, sometimes not so much in a better way than they understand themselves, but just in a different way, right? They follow a completely different system, a very organized system for understanding people. And the Queen here is this bird. Now, I had a message as well previously about I believe it was a blackbird. It was some kind of a blackbird. I think it may have been a crow. And the message was about trusting in the unseen, trusting in the unknown, in the universe, essentially. Trusting in all of that which you cannot see. And bear with me here. You have done a lot of work in the past couple of years, I will say, improving this relationship. Spirit is highlighting your relationship to the unseen right now. We're also highlighting our relationships to other people in general, which comes with a little bit more of a sadness. But thankfully, we're stepping out of that, out of this comparing and judging ourselves, judging other people. And we are being given the opportunity to really see how, first of all, that's a mirage. And how instead we can be placing our energy on building better boundaries between us and them, whoever the them is for you. You perhaps may have forgotten how deeply entangled into Christ consciousness that you are. And I don't mean that in the egotistical sense, as you know. I mean that you are swimming with the universe. You are very aware of that which exists beyond the realm of the seen, of the three-dimensional, of the accessible senses, right? And you may have translated this in whatever narrative, it doesn't matter. But we're highlighting here that it is this clarity and this awareness with which you are pursuing your next steps, right? You have this vision, you're seeing the wheel turn, and there's a destiny there, right? That you have your spotlight on. Your spotlight is pointing in the same direction as your destiny, as your potential goes, okay? So that's the first thing. That this comparing yourself, one, to other people, you were never meant to be like them. You were never meant to fit in with them, right? Why are you comparing yourself to people who are in groups that you don't belong in? You were never meant to be in those groups. You were never truly meant to be accepted by those people. And so I understand the judgment of that may hurt a little bit, but it was never about that. It was about clarifying who you are and clarifying your path. And you've been taken under the wing of a divine ancestor or spirit protector, I'm hearing, of somebody who's here to show you and guide you, but they exist purely in the ethereal form right now. This may be manifesting as a teacher, but for now, that is besides the point. For now, we are wanting to focus on clarifying your aura and you understanding that you need stronger boundaries. You understand. You've been playing this little mind game with yourself right now, right? When you go out into the world with other people and have, what are seemingly normal conversations, you hear it in your mind. You hear that presence, or more so, you feel that presence within you that is truly real. A presence within you that says, yes, this is scripted. This is scripted. This is not me showing up as myself, because in some way, it's not safe for you in those environments. And I'm not saying this to fearmonger, but I'm saying it so that you know that you are meant to protect yourself. You're not meant to be seen, held, or understood by everyone. So, back to this vision. Spirit is highlighting this next chapter of your life as one that's getting kicked off with a lot of momentum, and you feel it. Everybody feels it some way, shape, or form. But the first thing is that you have to ground yourself in the physical body in a new way, right? You may have been getting rid of nasty habits these last couple days, weeks, however long, right? That's been making you a little bit more of an open channel for the Most High Self, the most high frequencies, the most high vibrations. And it is that exactly that we're here to focus on. Your body is the portal for God to operate through. God is you, correct? Your body is that portal. And you are actively working with other entities, angels and whatnot, who are helping you along the way. You may have noticed a lot of your manifestations coming in recently. Just having that clear communication with the universe around you, right? And I want you to take note of this and to feel empowered in this. To know, when my heart pulls on reality, she speaks back to me. You've noticed that. So we're more so focusing on grounding, and we can only ground if we first set up a good perimeter of boundaries around us, so as not to be influenced. by other people's thoughts, other people's minds, other people's ideas. You don't need that. You're not trying to be like anybody else. To create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own needs, desires, and feelings, and believe that we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where you begin. That is only something that you can construct in your mind. Nobody else is going to determine these boundaries for you. If they do, it's just by happenstance, right? So this is a pure construct of your mind, and not a construct in the sense that this is something that you have to decide. You have to decide these parameters. And this comes from the Soul Truth Self-Awareness card deck by Brianne Hovey. She says, when we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you are an empath, you can still be compassionate towards others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. And so today's mantra is, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I am worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. And so to ground, you have to be willing to put up those stakes. To know when somebody approaches me with this energy, I know to turn my dial down, my attentiveness down. Or I know to turn my hostility up a little bit, and not aggressive hostility. But, to kind of put on that suit of armor a little bit. I know to maybe sometimes even throw in a little more compassion to kind of, help them slide off and away. But all of these things can only exist if you know what you are protecting and who you are protecting and what you need and why you deserve it. So I also want us to recognize that the clarity that's coming in, or that the clarity that is present with this, it is different than the body's fundamental awareness. There is a dynamic here. The body has a fundamental awareness of what will serve it and what will not. But it is the mind's job to be able to grasp that, to be able to provide itself with that level of clarity that can say, oh, okay, now I know, reject this and accept this. Do you understand what I'm saying? The body is more intelligent than the mind. I will die on that hill. The body is far times more intelligent than the mind, because the mind is sourced from the body. The mind sources itself from the body. The mind seems to be an appendage of the body, just like a flower is an appendage of the plant, which is an appendage of the seed, you could say, right? So that's the other thing too, is that there's that dynamic that you have to pay attention to, which is why grounding yourself in your body is very important, but also listening to what it is that inspires your body, what ignites you to movement, what ignites you to action. And you have to put in a little bit more effort, right? Because what you're dealing with is a really sticky energy of depressiveness, of depression, of melancholy, right? And so you are having to move a little bit hotter, a little bit more forward with this sanguine energy, the sanguine temperament, right? That hot blood, because that's what's going to help get you over this hump of sadness, of self-pity, of depressiveness, of just melancholy. It's not fun, and your body can only live in that for a season. It's not permanent. Another question that we have for us here is, how can I surrender even more in this moment? It's essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire. But it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. I'll read that again. It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire. But it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let go of the universe, have some breathing room to work. Oh, let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know is coming. Know this so deeply that your soul vibrates. You are not alone. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Say, I surrender. I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. Now, I just want to show you what God is doing here. How can I surrender more in the moment? Because you have your body, as I said, your body knows what it wants. Your body knows what it needs. It's awareness of what you need to actualize your potential as a part of the collective creativity that is nature. Just as a seed knows it has the intelligence to bloom, your body is the exact same. And so this conversation of let go of the wheel, this came out directly on top of the Wheel of Fortune card. If there has ever been a sign that, hey, I know what's going on. I see you. I know what you need. I know what you want. I got you. Then this is it. Find the energy, the force, the momentum of gratitude, of self-acceptance, of wholesome acceptance, And ask yourself too, what are the dominant emotions? What are the dominant emotions that run my life? Question: how do you fill your day? Stress or joy? Trust or anger? Anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. This is fulfillment. I find that a little bit controversial. What does it matter if you attract more of that if you're not meant to be, satisfying any goals, right? It says no goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek, but if we fill every day with what we value most, we'll attract more of it. Is that not a goal, to attract more of it? So I find that a little bit controversial. And as I'm reading this, I'm having a feeling that I want to share with you, but I'm going to finish the card first. So today's soul action from this card is lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desires. What do you want to feel? Are you willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something to feel it? All of the goals, desires, and dreams that we have, we are constructing Because what we really want is the feeling that comes with having them, a feeling that you could create now, in this moment. But we want the security of knowing that there's something real and tangible in front of us that's a source of that feeling, almost so that we know, it can exist as long as that thing is there. And it becomes harder to take that thing away from us that gives us that joy, that feeling of success, of peace, of contentment. But those feelings are in you right now. That is your fulfillment. That those feelings are in you right now. It doesn't matter what you'll get by being a good, grateful little boy. What matters is that you can feel content right now. You can feel joyous and rich. You can feel radiant and beautiful, and your cells will match. That is the magic. And the thing that I was feeling as I was reading that card was that, you know what? With all of that fire, that passion, that drive to actualize a goal, to reach a climax, you need the balance of melancholy. You need that balance that says, but I can also surrender. It's such a beautiful ocean of energies, of waves, of feelings. And here we are, part of the dance. So our final question for ourselves today, for our meditations, is, from whom can I release my judgment right now? Judgment closes our heart to truth and separates us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. Look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted. Add even more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they. So my dear Queen of Swords, you can lay your sword to rest. Because as soon as you know where your boundaries lie, you won't have to do the exhausting work that comes with judging and criticizing everybody just to know how safe you are in their presence. It's not about that anymore. And the sooner you are prepared to surrender, the sooner you can let your heart take over. I love you, my dears. Please practice good health, grounding, good health of mind and body and spirit. And I will do the same. I love you, and I will see you guys on the flip side.